The mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His forgiveness in particular is very vast. And it's upon a believer to turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he is down, when he's committed oppression against himself, when he's wronged himself, when he's violated the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's not a time to lose hope or a time to say, that's it, I'm too sinful. No. Always look at the forgiveness of Allah Jalla wa Ala. And to begin with, I take you to a scene on the Day of Judgment. And this scene is in regards to an individual who was sinful. And we're human beings, let's be honest, we are prone to sinning. Our nafs, our shaitan gets the better of us. This happens on a number of occasions, sometimes many times a day. Picture this scene on the Day of Judgment. There's an individual who's sinful and he's been told that he will enter hellfire. What's the hukum that has been passed, the ruling, the judgment? That this person is worthy of hellfire. The angels have been commanded, take him to hellfire. Allahu Akbar, imagine what's going through that person's mind. The narration tells us that when the angels are escorting that person towards hellfire, that's his punishment, that's the torment he will face. He reaches a third of the way and he looks back. And then the angels continue to take him towards the fire of hell. Then he reaches halfway. Then again he looks back. And then they continue to take him until he reaches 2/3 of the way. Where is this? Towards hellfire, 2/3 of the way. And for a third time he looks back. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who's all knowing, His knowledge is complete. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows already why this person is doing this. But this narration has reached us to provide encouragement for us. Allah Jalla wa Ala summons this person to His court. So he was on the way to hellfire, he looked back 3 times. Number 1, when he was there, a third of the journey had passed. Then halfway, and then 2/3 of the journey had passed. He looked back 3 times. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses this slave and says, why did you look back each time? Listen to his reply. He says, Ya Allah, when we reached a third of the way, I recalled an ayah of the Quran. I recalled your divine speech. In the verse of the Quran, وَرَبُّكَ الْغَفُورُ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ, and your Lord, the forgiving, ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ, the one who has mercy, possesses mercy. I remembered this verse. Then he was asked, okay, the second time, why did you look back? He says, the second time, when we had reached halfway, I recalled another ayah of the Quran. He said, Ya Allah, I remembered the verse of the Quran, وَمَنْ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ, who forgives sins except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why I looked back. I was hopeful, I thought I might be forgiven. Perhaps I will be forgiven. That's what I thought the first time. That's what I was thinking the second time. And then he was asked third time, that why did you turn around when you were nearly near the hellfire? 2/3 of the journey had passed. The angels were taking him. Why did you look back a third time? And listen to what he says. He says, Ya Allah, again I recalled another verse of the Quran, that قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. That, oh beloved, tell the people, oh my slaves, those who have committed oppression against themselves, do not despair from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Ya Allah, this is why I looked back a third time, that perhaps I might be forgiven. Each time I looked back, it was in hope that I will be forgiven. And the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be at its peak. And this is an account of the Day of Judgment. And the words of the hadith are that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after asking these questions and receiving this reply from the slave, will say to him, Idhab, go, faqad ghafartu lak. For indeed I have forgiven you.